Hey guys, this is Matt Dancho here, and what I'm doing today is I'm checking out Python in the RStudio IDE, which is a new feature that's part of the RStudio IDE preview version, and it's going to be coming soon to the regular version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, and if you see under here where I can add a new document, I'm going to scroll down here and check out Python scripts. So that opens up just a blank Python document. And what I can do is save that. And if I save that in my folder, which is the PyData book that I'm working in right now, this is my analysis. I'm just going to save it as a file called chapter 02, and I'm going to do 02.py. So what I'm doing is I'm playing around with Wes McKinney's PyData book right now. And what I'm going to do is read in some of the movie lens data that comes with this particular book. So to do so, I'm going to import, and you see how that's got the autocomplete. I'm going to import pandas. So if I hit tab, I'm going to select pandas. I'm going to import it as PD. If I hit control and enter, you can see down here what it does is it adds reticulate, which is how the RStudio IDE runs Python under the hood. So you can see that I'm running Python 2.7, and it's a Python interpreter that's running actually within the RStudio IDE. And then you can see that the single greater than sign, which is for R code, has now converted to 3 greater than signs, and now I'm working in Python. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import some of the data. So what I'm going to use is pd.read table, and this particular data set, what I'm going to do is navigate to the folder. So it's in the datasets folder. It's going to be in the movie lens, and it's going to be first the users.dat file that I'm going to read in. I need to add a few things here, so I'm going to add first a separator. So if I hit S and then the tab, I got the separator argument. It's going to be 2 colons. I also need to add some usernames, or actually I'm going to set first header equal to none, and then I'm going to add some usernames here. So for the names argument, oops, hit the tab. And here I have names, and I'm just going to add some names for each of the column names. So if I run this, I'm going to save this as users. Try this one more time. Control and enter. There it goes. It gives me the users, and then if I want to check out my users now, if I just do like the first 5 rows, we can see we've got our users table in here. So we can do the same thing for some of the other data. Next thing what we'll do is we'll play around with some of the pandas functionality. So we're going to do a pd.merge first. So merge will merge some of the different data frames together. So first one we'll do is ratings and users. And there we've got the ratings and users tables merged. And then we can do the same thing, pd.merge one more time. And we'll do the same thing with the movies data set. So now what we get, over 1 million rows by 10 columns. And we'll just say this as data equals this. Okay, and data. We can do the dimension or shape. There we go. And we can see that the shape of the data set is 1 million by 10. Cool. All right, so let's get on to a little bit more fun stuff. First thing we can do is maybe make a pivot table. And this is what I really like about this, the interactive console, is that I can run line by line, and I can also access the help. So say I wasn't familiar with how to do a pivot table, I do pd.pivot table, And then without the parentheses, it'll pull up the help documentation. So this is really cool if you're just trying to figure out like what different functions do within pandas or NumPy or any of the other commonly used functions. We've got the help documentation right here, just like you do in R. So you've even got examples down here. You could run this example, and it just makes it a lot easier to interactively work with Python. So we've got title down here for the index, gender for the columns, and you can see that that's kind of how this function is set up. The aggregator function is just the average, so you could do sum, or you could do, but for this particular example, we're looking at, what the average rating is between female and male. So average makes sense. You wouldn't want to sum up ratings. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we saw that there's a lot of cool functionality within the RStudio IDE. I didn't even go over a ton of it, which is like creating plots in the plot viewer window and just being able to interface and interact with Python in different ways. So there's a lot to learn, but it's really cool because there's just so much great stuff coming out of the RStudio IDE. It makes it a real contender for actually working with Python if you're not if you want to get away from Python notebooks and Jupyter notebooks.